Fred Wilson's Met of the Muse and Betye Saar's Liberation of Aunt Jemima repurpose existing depictions of racial classifications to reveal the Africanist persona to be a white supremacist invention that feeds racialized, gendered corporate capitalism. Fred Wilson's Met of the Muse uses archival sculptures of feminine aesthetics to reveal the Africanist persona as related to a white persona. The two sculptures reflect opposing cultural lenses, the Cometian and the European. Kemet, the predecessor to modern Egypt from 3100 BC to 30 BC, used sculptural aesthetics to divinely mandate order. The black marmoreal Cometian sculpture on the left stands directly with the staff in hand as a symbol of power. Her intimate form hides as her body melds into an obscure rectangular shape and categorizes her as an object of status rather than an object of sex. To her right stands a white marmoreal female body, partially exposed with an organic and intimate physical positioning. The sculpture pulls from classicism, an ancient Greek and Roman principle of art that is believed to show human beings in their prime. While they differ in idealized female aesthetics of either status or sexuality, they are both manifested ideals of Africa and Europe. Wilson merely dictates the relationship between them through physical positioning. On their own, each statue is a cultural reflection, but juxtaposed together, they interrogate the constructions of race to be as arbitrary as the physical space between them. While originating from prehistoric times, their symbolism remains true in the contemporary. Changes in context create changes in meaning. In Toni Morrison's 1993 Whiteness in the Literary Imagination, the Africanist persona, defined as the impact of African Americans on literature, is a fabrication. Both the racial classification of the sculpture and the gender further solidify the construction of race as it is racial classifications that always emerge out of gendered classifications. The varying forms of femininity, one modest, one intimate, solidify gender alongside race as an avenue for corporate capitalism. Additionally, Met of the Muse reveals racial classification to be mutually exclusive, as one sculpture cannot physically exist in the same space as the other. Racial classification similarly cannot overlap, as an individual is only deemed one racial category. The one-drop rule was a 20th century legal principle that stated that any person with even one ancestor of black ancestry was legally black, ignoring the existence of interracial beings. Physical space between the sculptures condemned them to mutually exclusivity. Wilson's Met of the Muse uses juxtaposing sculptural works of Cometian and classicist aesthetics to reveal racial classifications to be context-dependent, gendered, and mutually exclusive. Fabricated Africanist personas are further consumed by corporate capitalism through branding and logos. Betye Saar's Liberation of Aunt Jemima critiques the corporate capitalist consumption of black caricatures and branding by weaponizing and recontextualizing Aunt Jemima. Aunt Jemima is an American breakfast brand founded in 1888 with the signature logo of a black mammy caricature originating from slavery-era depictions. For over 100 years, Aunt Jemima profited off the consumption of black mammy. Saar repurposes household objects to contrast white supremacist images of the Africanist persona with symbols of black power. A striking red fills the background, clothing, and lipstick, highlighting Jemima's grotesquely enlarged mouth. The Aunt Jemima pancake box maintains vibrant colors and contributes to the depiction of African people as loud, exaggerative, and vulgar. Her mouth specifically depicts the angry black woman trope. Repeating images of Aunt Jemima in the background convicts the role of photography in branding the Africanist persona in corporate capitalism. Across her enlarged body is a black mammy obscured by a black fist, a symbol of resistance originating from the Black Panther Party. The broom insinuating labor in her right hand contrasts with an assault rifle in her left, similar to the Cometian sculpture. Weaponizing Aunt Jemima while pulling from an African heritage recontextualized the character into a space of power rather than an object of consumption. Brands such as Aunt Jemima consume Africanist personas to legitimize white supremacy. Gender was additionally central to the caricature of Aunt Jemima, as it was the female cook and caretaker that situated her to the brand. Cheryl I. Harris's Whiteness is Property talks about whiteness, the right to white identity, as being all-encompassing property and economic success. Corporate capitalism is a racialized and gendered institution that uplifts white supremacy through property and monetary gain. Wilson's Men of the Muse and Saar's Liberation of Aunt Jemima reveal the Africanist persona to be a fabrication consumed through corporate capitalism through recontextualized archival art.